ये नवचार का पाठ पढ़ाता, देश विदेश की समझ बढ़ाता, भावी पीढ़ी का ये निर्माता, विश्व बंधुत्व का भाव सिखाता। तेरी शान रहे, तेरा मान रहे, पंजाब केंद्रीय विश्वविद्यालय, पंजाब केंद्रीय विश्वविद्यालय, पंजाब केंद्रीय विश्वविद्यालय।
It is a great pleasure to welcome all of you to the 7th convocation of the Central University of Punjab. Now I invite Honorable Vice Chancellor to request worthy Chancellor to declare the convocation open.
Honorable Chancellor Sir, I request you to declare 7th convocation of Central University of Punjab open.
I declare the convocation open.
I request the Honorable Vice Chancellor to welcome the dignitaries on the dais and present a brief report of the University.
Chief guest of the 7th convocation of Central University of Punjab, Padma Vibhushan Honorable Dr. Anil Kakodkar ji, former Chairman, Atomic Energy Commission, Professor Jagveer Singh ji, President of 7th convocation ceremony and Honorable Chancellor of the University, and a distinguished nationalistic scholar, Professor Ram Krishna Basurika, Dean in charge academics, Professor V.K. Garg, Dean Students Welfare, Professor Anjana Munshi, Dean Research, Sri Kanwar Pal Singh Mundra ji, Registrar of the University, Dr. V.P. Garg, Controller of Examinations, esteemed members of the University Court, Executive Council, Academic Council, Finance Committee, invitees, Deans of the Schools of Studies, Head of the Academic Departments, learned faculty members, officers and employees of the University, and most importantly, my dear graduates, media persons, ladies and gentlemen. Namaskar and Sat Sri Akal to all of you. I, on my personal behalf and on behalf of the University, extend a very warm welcome to you all to the 7th convocation ceremony of Central University of Punjab. A tiny virus has once again constrained us to hold this important academic activity of the university in the hybrid mode. It is a moment of pride for me to present a brief report on the progress of the university since the 6th convocation held on 5th January 2021. The university envisions to transform the young minds to serve the humanity through skill, innovation, and problem-solving driven teaching and research, values and community outreach. The mission of the university is to offer a wide range of instructional and research facilities for inter, multi, and transdisciplinary approaches to impart holistic learning, to promote skills and innovation in teaching, learning, evaluation, research and consultancy, to create an ignited workforce responsive to local, national, regional and global needs, in tune with the requirement of the academics, industry, business and administration, and to address the issues and concerns of the communities. We have now completely vacated the temporary city campus, and all academic and administrative responsibilities are now being performed from the permanent campus at Ghudda. After a modest start with 10 students in 2009, currently university has around 2,400 students in 31 departments spread in 11 schools of studies in areas ranging from science, technology, humanities, languages, law, social science, and education. Currently, we are offering 44 PG and 36 PhD programs. Many of these programs, being interdisciplinary, make students of this university uniquely qualified. We admit only those students in PhD program who have cleared UGC, CSIR, NET, GATE, GPAT exams and have fellowships. In the year 2021-22, a total of 94 students from our university have cleared such examinations. Online classes for third semester commenced on 30th August 2021 and for newly admitted students of first semester on 11th November 2021. By following the appropriate COVID behavior, fourth semester students have now been asked to attend classes in physical mode from 7th March and second semester students from 4th April 2022. Research scholars are already inside the campus. Third semester examinations were conducted during the first fortnight of January 2022. Online examinations of second semesters were conducted in August 21 and fourth semester were conducted in June 21 and results were declared on time. And while U-Learn scheme is functional to make underprivileged students self-reliant and also to develop skills in them. NEP 2020 document has been translated into Punjabi, Telugu, Oriya and Malayalam languages by the faculty members of this university. A book published in Telugu language entitled Vishwambhara, a modern epic, under Ek Bharat Shresth Bharat program of Government of India has been translated in Punjabi language by Dr. Lakshmi Kaur Lejia of our university to promote culture and mutual understanding between the states of Andhra Pradesh and Punjab. We have implemented NEP 2020 in respect of learning outcome-based multidisciplinary curriculum framework and massive open online courses and have registered in the portal of Academic Bank of Credits. We have introduced diploma, certificate, PG diploma courses in Punjabi translation, Hindi translation, Sanskrit and French. The Scopus H index of university is 59 and Web of Science is 55. The university trains students for making them future ready for academics, industry, administration and other walks of life. The focus of training is on personality development, skill development, entrepreneurship and innovation through experiential learning, short-term value-added courses, and field and laboratory-based dissertations. Sports and social connect is central to the training to make them excel in various aspects of social life as well. The cultural diversity in the university is evident from the fact that we have students from 26 states and 7 union territories of India. We also have 41 international students from 13 countries, namely Indonesia, Afghanistan, Mauritius, Kenya, Lesotho, Tanzania, Iran, Ethiopia, Zambia, Yemen, Syria, Ghana, and Swaziland. Today, 650 students, including 12 international students and 25 PhD students, will receive degrees in the gracious presence of renowned scientist Padma Vibhushan Dr. Anil Kakodgarji and Professor Jagmeet Singh Ji. 35 meritorious students who secured first position will be bestowed with gold medals by the Honorable Chancellor. 2 students will be bestowed with Sitaram Jindal Foundation Gold Medal. In the research area, faculty members and research scholars of our university have obtained research grants to the tune of rupees 7 crores sanctioned by various funding agencies including DST FIST, support to chemistry and botany departments. Now the university has 7 DST FIST supported academic departments. Research articles published by the faculty members and research scholars till date is 1,532 in Scopus and 1,334 in Web of Science listed journals. The Scopus index of the university is 59 and Web of Science is 55. The quality of publications is exemplified from the fact that these publications have been cited more than 19,000 times in Scopus and 16,585 times in Web of Science as on 20th February 2022. Papers published after 6th convocation on 5th January 2021 are 366 with a total impact factor of 1,528. These include one article in Lancet and one in Nature Medicine by Dr. Nasir Salam of Microbiology Department. My compliments to teachers and research scholars for such a robust publication profile and research grant. The university has also applied for DST Sathi, Nidhi, ITBI grants and also for Incubation Center. University's Animal House facility has become operational with the approval accorded by Committee for the purpose of control and supervision of experiments on animals. Tissue culture and cell culture facilities have been created. University bagged 39 consultancy projects in 2021 that amounts to rupees 28 lakhs. We are making sincere efforts to increase this consultancy activities. University signed MOUs with Innovation Technology Transfer Office, New Delhi, AIMS Bhatinda, HPCL Mittal Energy Limited, Central Institute of Indian Languages, Mysore, Maharaja Ranjit Singh Punjab Technical University Bhatinda, Department of Food and Public Distribution Krishi Bhavan New Delhi, Forest Research Institute Dehradun, Sri Veda Sattva Private Limited Bangalore, and Research for Research Foundation Nagpur for academic collaborations. We also signed MOS with Trans Biomedicals Limited Mumbai and Punjab Remote Sensing Center Ludhiana to promote collaboration in the area of geospatial technology. We advertised vacant teaching positions including backlog vacancies for SC, ST, OBC and EWS categories and Group A statutory posts. A total of 37 teachers have been appointed including 3 professors, 9 associate professors and 25 assistant professors. All have joined and faculty strength has now grown to 163. Dr. BP Garg has joined as controller of examinations. It is matter of great satisfaction for all of us that university has secured 84th rank in NIRF in the year 2021. 7 faculty members and alumnus of Central University of Punjab featured in Stanford's top international scientist list. CUPB made its place among 10 higher education institutions across the world in Webometrics ranking of world universities. Ranked at 11th position in top Central Universities of India, category of Outlook Eye Care Rankings 2021. Professor Rajkumar of Pharmaceutical Sciences is elected as Fellow of Royal Society of Chemistry. Professor Felix Bast of Botany Department is elected as a Fellow of Linnean Society of London. Institution Innovation Council got 4-star rating in IIC 2021 annual performance result announced by Ministry of Education. More than 23 students got placed in IT, Pharma, Education, Agro-Export Organization during placement drive in 2021. Overall, 104 students got placement in different sectors and a good number got enrolled in higher studies. Many alumni of the university are currently pursuing PDF or advanced studies in reputed universities abroad and have secured jobs as well. For managing day-to-day operations, the university is implementing several modules of e-governance, e-office automation system through Samarth portal. It saves time and resources while adhering to the statutory guidelines and compliances laid down by competent authorities under Ministry of Education. The university has resorted to a fully online admission mechanism since 2016. Students in the university are admitted through Central University's Common Entrance Test jointly conducted by 12 central universities. We are constantly improving our demand ratio for master's and doctoral programs. This year demand ratio is 1:16 for postgraduate programs offered by us and 1:3 in PhD programs. Students are admitted purely on merit basis. University adheres to continuous evaluation system through surprise test, midterm test, end semester test and final examination with compulsory feedback from the students about the content and teaching. Based on the feedback, remedial measures are taken wherever necessary. We are continuing with in-house developed automated result processing and tabulation system that gives us error-free results and error-free degrees. Printing of individual DMCs and degrees with 13 advanced security features ensures 100% accuracy. The degrees that you will be receiving today are on papers that are waterproof, fireproof, termite-proof and tear-proof. Moreover, no one can duplicate or replicate it. Results were timely declared last year. Through the web portal, the results are intimated to the students without any time gap. University gives Chancellor's Awards to 5,000 for best students, Vice Chancellor's Award of ₹5,000 each for best PG student and best PG girl student. Selection of the students for these awards is based on the comprehensive feedback from students, staff and faculty through online mode on various predefined quantifiable parameters. We have non-teaching staff from 11 states here also for encouraging them based on various predefined quantifiable parameters. We have introduced Best Employee Award in technical, administration and supporting staff categories with cash prize of ₹2,000 each. We take pride in saying that we have a meritorious, qualified and committed faculty representing 22 states of India, and they are trained at reputed national, international laboratories and institutions. Majority of our faculty are trained in research abroad in good labs or taught there. All our faculty, excepting 3, are PhD. Accepting faculty also include DST Inspire, Ramalinga Swami Fellow, Ramanujam Fellow, postdoctoral fellows, UGC faculty recharge, etc. In order to encourage the faculty, the university has introduced Best Teacher Award based on confidential feedback report from students. Best Research Award, it carries ₹20,000 for professional development that includes attending conferences in India and abroad, research membership fee of societies or anything related to profession. It is given to those who secure a research grant of ₹1 crore or above, or those who publish research papers in journals of impact factor more than 10 or have cumulative impact factor of their research publications more than 15. Central University of Punjab Outstanding Teacher Award is based on well-defined scoring system. Teachers who get state, national and international recognition are given cash award of ₹5,000, ₹10,000, ₹20,000 respectively. Research seed money is given to all the new teachers so that there is no time gap, and without wasting any time, they start their research and they prepare themselves to apply for major research projects for various funding agencies. Teachers having research projects also have the option of utilizing up to 40% of overhead charges to their professionals. We have excellent lab facilities where state-of-the-art research infrastructure is housed. University library is state-of-the-art, equipped with RFID and is fully automated. Issues and returns of books are also online. A Braille system has been set up for visually impaired students. Internal quality assurance cell of the university is proactive and collects and submits data on time to NAC and NIRF. Self-study report for NAC second cycle accreditation has been uploaded. The cell takes all possible measures for creating quality culture and ecosystem in all aspects of teaching, research and administration. We have in place several committees like Internal Complaint Committee, Student Counseling Cell, Equal Opportunity Cell, and SC/ST Cell. Engineering section of the university takes care of infrastructure development happening in the university campus. Construction work for administrative block of 5,000 square meter area and library block of 3,000 square meter area has been awarded to CPWD. Finance section is ably managing the finances of the university as per Government of India norms. Examination section is ably discharging duties and ensures timely declaration of results. We are fully conscious of our duty towards the society. University has adopted 5 villages to help and guide the residents on issues like sanitation, hygiene and safe environment. The research team of the university is trying to screen the rural and urban population for early detection of colon cancer and other ailments. With the aim to serve the humanity during the second wave of COVID-19, Central University of Punjab on May 18, 2021, out of the voluntary contribution from the faculty and officers, donated essential medicines, refrigerators, computer set and printer to Community Health Center, Sangat Tehsil and SDH Ghudda village. The university provided oxygen cylinders to district administration for effective management during Corona pandemic. Mega plantation drive university campus was commenced on World Environment Day on 4 June 2021. So far, more than 18,000 saplings have been planted. We sincerely try to ensure that we provide transparent, responsive, accountable, participatory, proactive, student and teacher-centric and error-free administration that has absolute respect for the law of the land. On this occasion, we commit ourselves for taking this university to the greater heights. We believe in the paradigm that the purpose of education is to create a knowledge society which not only help improve the human development index but also becomes champion of the ideals of universal brotherhood, justice for all and harmonious existence with the nature. My dear graduating students, this is not the end of learning for you, as the name Dikshant signifies. You have to engage yourself in lifelong learning and update your domain knowledge to always remain current and relevant. In fact, through this ceremony, we are handing you over to the society and the nation. You are now needed to apply the knowledge and wisdom that you have gained from your gurus in this Gurukul for the welfare of the nation and for taking forward our age-old tradition of living together with togetherness and for living in harmony with the nature. Dear graduates, you are lucky to have received education in the sacred land which treasures the ocean of knowledge created by 10 gurus in succession for the well-being of humanity through enriched cultural discourses. Batinda, where you are trained, is also called Guru Ki Kasi. Always remember the sacrifices made by entire family of Sri Guru Gobind Singh Ji for the unity and integrity of the nation and Sri Guru Nanak Dev Ji's proclamation of those who cared for the lowest of the low, received the grace of the God and derive inspirations for conducting yourself in life. Dear graduates, on this very significant moment of your life, I give 5 messages to you. First, keep high aspirations of your possibilities. Second, there is no instant success and no substitute to hard work. Third, keep knocking on the doors of opportunities, and if they do not open, open your own doors. Fourth, maintain purpose, perseverance and passion in life. And the fifth, there is no limit to human imagination. There is no limit to human influence. And there is no limit to human decency. Try to become limitless in these attributes of human consciousness. I am confident that with the blessings of our Honorable Chancellor, Professor Jagbir Singh Ji, and selfless and unending support and cooperation from the faculty, officers, staff and students, will succeed in creating a mark at the international level by becoming a well-known institution of higher learning. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat, Jai Central University of Punjab, Bhatinda.
I request all the graduates to please rise from the seats at their respective places and keep standing for exhaustion from the Honorable Vice Chancellor. Honorable Vice Chancellor, I request you to present exhaustion to the graduates.
Dear graduates, I am privileged to present the following exhortation on this occasion and wish you good luck. Dear graduates, move into the future with eager and open hearts. Put the knowledge and intellectual enrichment gained here to use for the good of all humankind. Use knowledge to uphold the honor and dignity of your country and of your alma mater. Believe in the goodness of life, along with the scientific temper, humanism, spirit of inquiry, and reform during challenges and difficulties. May you ever grow humble and wise and strive for excellence in all spheres of each individual and collective activity of your life. Good luck. Please resume your seats.
The graduates, please rise from your seats at your respective places to take pledge administered by Dean in charge academics. Dean in charge academics.
Graduates, please keep your left hand on the chest and right one stretched in front. Repeat after me. I shall make every effort
I shall make every effort
in all circumstances
in all circumstances
to be honest and diligent
to be honest and diligent
in the discharge of my duties,
in the discharge of my duties,
to uphold
to uphold
the dignity of my profession
to dignity of my profession
and integrity of character.
and integrity of character.
I shall use
I shall use
the knowledge gained
the
here
knowledge gained here
to uphold the pride
to uphold the pride
and honor of my country
and honor my country
and alma mater.
and alma mater.
Honorable Vice Chancellor, please initiate the proceedings of the convocation.
Let the candidates for award of degrees be presented by the deans of respective schools of studies.
May I request Honorable Vice Chancellor to confer degrees of Doctor of Philosophy. I request Professor Ramakrishna Vasruka, Dean in charge academics, to present the candidates for award of Doctor of Philosophy degrees.
Honorable Vice Chancellor, I present to you 25 candidates who have successfully completed the requirements for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in various programs, to which degree I pray they may be admitted. Kunj Bihari Gupta, Biochemistry and Microbial Sciences. Gagan Sharma, Biosciences. Pavneet Kaur, Chemical Sciences. Sapanpreet Kaur, Comparative Literature. Shafayat Hussain Bhatt, Comparative Literature. Geetika Garg, Comparative Literature. Sushmita Mahato, Computational Sciences. Nadeem Ahmed Bhatt, Economic Studies. Satinder Singh, Economic Studies. Sanita, Economic Studies. Amit Kumar Chauhan, Environmental Science and Technology. Jatinder Singh, Environmental Science and Technology. Nasir Ahmed, Environmental Science and Technology. Richa Arora, Education. Amandeep Kaur, Education. Prem Chandar Kisku, Geography and Geology. Sarita Rani, Mathematics and Statistics. Baljinder Kaur, Mathematics and Statistics. Mohammad Saba Rahim, Plant Science. Nishant Kumar, Law. Naushad Ali, South and Central Asian Studies. Laudesh Thakur, Animal Science. Radheshyam Yadav, Biochemistry and Microbial Sciences. Gulshan Farooq Bhatt, Economic Studies. And Shilpa Sharma, Environmental Science and Technology.
May I request the Honorable Vice Chancellor to confer degrees of Doctor of Philosophy.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as the Vice Chancellor of this university, I admit you to the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in Biochemistry and Medicinal Sciences, Biosciences, Chemical Sciences, Comparative Literature, Computational Sciences, Economic Studies, Environmental Science and Technology, Education, Geography, Geology, Mathematics, Statistics, Plant Science, Law, South and Central Asian Studies, Animal Science, respectively, and authorize you to wear the robes ordained as the insignia of this degree and charge you to prove worthy of the same.
Now I request Professor Ramakrishna Vasuruka, Dean of School of Basic Sciences, to present the candidates for the award of Master of Science degrees.
Honorable Vice Chancellor, I present to you 240 candidates who have successfully completed the requirements for the degree of Master of Science in various programs of basic sciences, to which degree I pray they may be admitted. MSc Chemistry, Saumyajit Das, Nilanjan Mitra, Akash Kumar Gupta, Sanjana Pathak, Gurpreet Singh, Deepti Prabha Sethi, Abhijnan Bhatt, Naveen Kumar, Simranjit Kaur, Atal Bihari Pradhan, Ankush Dhiman, Titi Gorai, Mohammad Arif, Raza Ali Mahmood, Pradeep Kumar, Pooja Gupta, Alvish Hussain, Sukhdeep Singh, Anil Kumar, Swathi Jakhmola, Munir, Kiran Punj, Shamshirul Haq, Vedanta Bikash Oja, Chesta Singhal, Bishwaroop Chandra De, Swati Sharma, Kaushal Kumari Sharma. Chemistry, specialization in computational chemistry, Deepak James, Prajna Pranjali Panda, Gaddala Amulya, Sujit Kalpajyoti Dihingya, Jitendra Yadav, Ajish, Edla Navya, Akanksha Sharma. Chemistry, specialization applied chemistry, Shivam Tripathi, Drita Mondal, Priyanka, Sumit Ranjan, Albert Ilukunel, Kaushal Kumari, Shambhavi, Shubham, Pooja Rani Sethi, Erigi Mahendra Mohan, Abesh Bahar, Vismaya, Ramshad, Nikita Verma. Prahalad Sharma, Tirtha Shashanka Mahana, Nigamananda Dalnayak, Himanshu Sharma, Pranjit, Ankit Sen, and Meenu. The next one is food science, MSc Food Science and Technology, Jamadar Akil Salim, Vemuru Venkatasai Krishna Srivastav, Shivani Chaurasia, Mujib Rahman, Ayush Mishra, Neha Chaudhary, Dindle, Fumelele, Hlianze, R. Vidyeshwari, Shruti Jayan, Ashwin Kumar, Nolwazi Precious, Matsenjwa, Fazil, Bhukya Roshan Singh, Anirban Das. After this, it is life science specialization in bioinformatics, Aishwarya Dharan, Gaurav Chandrani De, Nidhi Dubey, Tamanna Yadav, Sonam Suhasini, Rajalakshmi Das, Swayam Prakash Satya, Shubhankar. So bioinformatics is continuing with Divyangana Batla Kola Ramyasri, Meduri Chandrakant, Sapna, Agrawal Shubham Sushil, and Muhammad Kamran. The next one is life science specialization in animal sciences, Ankur Jain, Sayan Gupta, Ananya Mohanty, Arati Gupta, Mahesh Kumar, Rahila Chaudhary, Masang Marmu, Mohit Singh, Binit Kumar Sahu, Lonali Rani Khillar, Pooja Jangid, Shubham Jyoti Nayak, Gaurav Sharma, Sonali Bazala, Sangati Maiti, Parul Midha, Gulshan Kumar, Pooja Sharma, Swastipa Kar, Ipsa Singh, Chumki Praharaj, Shashank Shekhar Shanti, Pushpam Kumari Riyapati, Mohit Jasani. The next one is life sciences specialization in biochemistry, Subhashmita Mahapatra, Rajesh Kumar Pradhan, Rudra Pratap Singh, Manisha Gotwal, Akanksha Yadav, Punya Sloka Parida, Chandrasekhar Singh, Shimi Changmai, Sudiksha Singh, Chainika Gogoi, Priyasha, Anupriya Bora, Ishu Soni, Tanya Bansal, Anushka Tripathi, Pallavi, Komal Pahal, Sakshi Soni, Minya Roshni, Abhay Vashisht, Deepak Kumar Patra, Dashyam Kumar, Pranay Kumar, Asmita Mishra, Vishwabandana Nayak, and Shrishti Singh. The next one is life sciences specialization in microbial sciences, Rakesh Pradhan, Mubashira Shahid, Shanu Divakar, Chahak Singhal, Manav Jindal, Suruchi Rani Mondal, Gulnaj Khatun, Ashutosh Badodi, Khushi Jain, Palak Gupta, Megha Shakya, Gyanaranjan Nayak. The next one is life science specialization in plant sciences, Nikita Rani, Deepak Das, Sahil Narwal, Bipu Prasad Behra, Rupali Patel, Himanshu Harsh, Deepmala Mardi, Sarbani Roy, Adesh Kumar, Rashmita Luha, Malay Kumar Mohanta, Pratyaksha Priyadarshini, Abida Khatun, Rajalakshmi Sahu, Avijit Patnaik, Suman Singh, Suman Sashmita Das, Preeti Yadav, Baisakhi Mahala, Hiramoni Oja, Rashmi Pratap Singh, and Ananya Pradhan. The next one is MSc in Mathematics, Simran Fukela, Sadbhavana Rastogi, मेश्रम आदेश मुरलीधर, विकास कुमार साहू, दीपक यादव, विकास यादव, विशाल सैनी, आदित्य सिंह राणा, अमीना बानू, ज्योति मीना, धर्मेंद्र गोदारा, विवेक बंसल, विक्रमजीत सिंह, निखिल जहांगीर, सारा बतूल मुसरत, हितेश तनेजा, लवमनप्रीत कौर, जसवीर सिंह, कुणाल नागपाल, प्रिया सिंह, श्रेया सिंह, कुलवीर सिंह, अंजलि, दीपिका कुमारी, अतुल कुमार शर्मा, and Mohammad Fayaz. The next one here is MSc in Physics, Prachi Jain, Madan Lal, Manish Tyagi, Pratyush Bidika, Dinesh Kumar Pradhan, Ashok Singh, Amit Saharan, Mohit Verma, Rajesh Kumar Mahapatra, Sayani Biswas, Ananya Mohanty, Purva, Amit Kumar, Vezer Buranda, Animesh Panda, Santi Mari Lengdo, Syed Ibrahim Ali, Akshita, Manish Joshi, Sarthak Kar, Nidhi Parikh, Amit Kumar Saini, Shrishti, Priyanka Rajwani, Elma Joshi, Pashupati Nath, and Vishwajit Mishra. The next one is Physics, specialization in computational physics. Bharat Raj, Neha Kukreti, Ajay, Dinesh Patel, Vyashak, Omega, Jina, and Srijit, PC. The next one is MSc in Statistics, Sushil Kumar, Gaurav Prasad Gond, Surnam Narendra, Kaushik Adigiri, Krishna Satish, Nishal P, Madhuri Srushti, and Vamshi Krishna.
May I request Honorable Vice Chancellor to admit the candidates to the degrees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as the Vice Chancellor of this university, I admit you to the degree of Master of Science in Chemistry, Chemistry, Computational Chemistry, Chemistry specialization in Applied Chemistry, Food Science and Technology, Life Sciences, Bioinformatics, Life Sciences specialization in Animal Sciences, Life Sciences specialization in Biochemistry, Life Sciences specialization in Microbial Sciences, Life Sciences specialization in Plant Sciences, Mathematics, Physics, Computational Physics, Statistics, respectively, and authorize you to wear the robes ordained as the insignia of this degree and charge you to prove worthy of the same.
Now I request Professor Rajkumar, Dean, School of Health Sciences, to present the candidates for the award of Master of Science degrees.
Honorable Vice Chancellor, I present to you 48 candidates who have successfully completed the requirements for the degree of MSc of various programs in health sciences, to which degree I pray they may be admitted. MSc in Chemical Sciences, specialization in Medicinal Chemistry, Rabia Begum, Bhukhya Anusha Bhai, Rimi Roy, Jishnu Shankar, Riya Tresa Roni, Manjulata Nayak, Deepak Yadav, Rajiv Ranjan, Sabha Tabassam, Manikanta Medirala, Sonali Goyal, Nancy Pal, Munavir KP, Sagar Sinha, Bude Sanjeev. Now MSc in Life Sciences, specialization in Human Genetics. Nidhi, Saurav Haldar, Namrata Gupta, Arushi Jain, Kush Kumar, Shikha Gorke, Pallavi Gotra, Taruna Rao, Ruchira Banerjee, Vartika Gupta, Naina, Ketan Pajni, Vasana Paula Kongji, Nandita Sharma, Rahul Singh Bhadoria, Sneha Ghosh, Aditi Rani. MSc Life Sciences, specialization in Molecular Medicine. Eva Sharma, P.S. Shruti, Harsh Vikram Singh, Monali Priyadarshani, Kunja Chaitanya, Anthony Lal Ruftala, Vivek Kumar Mishra, Bani Haldar, Shagun, Rahul Balu Gavargura, Rahul, Akshay Kumar, Golapalli Ses Hevina, Tejpal Singh, Nandini Datta, Sweta Sagarika Amanta.
May I request Honorable Vice Chancellor to admit the candidates to the degrees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as the Vice Chancellor of this university, I admit you to the degree of Master of Science in Chemical Sciences, Medicinal Chemistry, Life Sciences, specialization in Human Genetics, Life Sciences, specialization in Molecular Medicine, respectively, and authorize you to wear the robes ordained as the insignia of this degree and charge you to prove worthy of the same.
I request Dr. Sunil Mittal, Dean, School of Environment and Earth Sciences, to present the candidates for the award of Master of Science degrees.
Honorable Vice Chancellor, I present to you 49 candidates who have successfully completed the requirements for the degree of MSc in various programs of Environment and Earth Sciences, to which degree I pray they may be admitted. MSc Environment Science and Technology, Anwar Hamid Bande, Sukanya Fukan, Sulagna Sahu, Mahesh TM, Aarti Yadav, Pradeep Divagaran K, Priya Topo, Akhtab Roshan, Shivani Sehrotra, Bonthu Praveen Kumar, Pratyashi Bora, Jignesh Emmy, Abhijit Singh, Atiq Ullah, Mohammad Arif, Renuka Kalotra, Bharat Ashok Singh Vishnoi, Jaya Rajput, Ranjana Kumari, Jyotirupa Devi, Anshul, Sushant Vishisht, Mridul MA, Lokesh Kumar. MSc Geography, Abhi Roy, Bharti Sharma, Mamtha H. Sanal, Bhargav Ghosh, Pavitra Kumar Demri, Abhishek Pal, Ashish Mohanty, Jagmohan Mahanta, Abhinash Kundu. MSc Geology, Pratyush Beg, Chitte Aswal, Aisha Nayak, Amit Barek, Santosh Kumar Sonakar, Anurag Raj, Rashmi, Namrata Chaudhary, Anusha Nigam, Shivil Jaman Sike, Akanksha Rana, Deepika Bharti, Junaid Keti, Mayank Mishra, Katuri Prem Kumar.
Honorable Vice Chancellor to admit the candidate to the degrees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as the Vice Chancellor of this university, I admit you to the degree of Master of Science in Environmental Science and Technology, Geography, Geology, respectively, and authorize you to wear the robes ordained as the insignia of this degree and charge you to prove worthy of the same.
Now I invite Professor Rajkumar, Dean of School of Health Sciences, to present the candidates for the award of Master of Pharmacy degrees.
Honorable Vice Chancellor, I present to you 38 candidates who have successfully completed the requirements for the degree of M.Pharm, to which degree I pray they may be admitted. Rishika Dhapola from M.Pharm Pharmacology, Preetam Mathi from M.Pharm Pharmaceutical Sciences Medicinal Chemistry, Kulkarni Swanand Sanjay from M.Pharm Pharmaceutical Sciences Medicinal Chemistry, Adarsh Kumar, M.Pharm Medicinal Chemistry, Madhurendra Kumar, M.Pharm Medicinal Chemistry, Yogesh, M.Pharm Medicinal Chemistry, Surbhi Gupta, M.Pharm Pharmacology, Kumari Kajal, Preeti Bisht, Shubham Sharma, Aishwarya Jaiswal, Pushkar Singh Rawat, Garima Sharma, Anjali Bijalavan, Subendu Shekhar Hota. Now M.Pharm Pharmaceutical Sciences Medicinal Chemistry, Ankit, Ritika Shrivastava, Shivani, Girish Chandra Arya, Kumari Shivani Singh, Anila Kumari VS, Sahil Shivendu Mishra. Now I am from Pharmaceutical Sciences, Pharmacognosy and Phytochemistry. Gunjan Besht, Jarina Mariam Raju, Parnali Datta, Manjusha Adak, Ashwin EV, Neha Sagar, Priyanka Rawat, Adarsh B, Fahim Ahmed TP, Pratiksha Raj, Jocelyn Susan George, Smriti Saklani, Oslina, Shrishti Goyal, Rupam Singh.
May I request the Honorable Vice Chancellor to admit the candidates to the degrees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as the Vice Chancellor of this university, I admit you to the degree of Master of Pharmacy in Pharmacology, Pharmaceutical Sciences, Medicinal Chemistry, and Pharmacognosy and Phytochemistry, and authorize you to wear the robes ordained as the insignia of this degree, and charge you to prove worthy of the same.
Now I request Professor Amandeep Kaur, Dean, School of Engineering and Technology, to present the candidates for the award of Master of Technology degrees.
Honorable Vice Chancellor, I present to you 17 candidates who have successfully completed the requirements for the degree of M.Tech, to which degree I pray they may be admitted. Wasim Akram Khan, Amir Ali, Madassar Jalal, Himanshu Beniwal, Nihalika Neha, Vani Fahim ul Hamid, Shahwar Navshad, Aziz Ahmad Chopan, Sarmad Nazki, Abdul Hafiz, Ashwin P, Zubair Fayaz, Harsh Gupta, V. Ketharswaran, Gauri Shankar, Sidra Fayaz, Satyam Kumar.
May I request Honorable Vice Chancellor to admit the candidates to the degrees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as the Vice Chancellor of this university, I admit you to the degree of Master of Technology in Computer Science and Technology and Computer Science and Technology Cyber Security respectively, and authorize you to wear the robes ordained as the insignia of this degree, and charge you to prove worthy of the same.
Now I request Professor Amandeep Kaur, Dean, School of Information and Communication Studies, to present the candidates for the award of Master of Library and Information Science degrees.
Honorable Vice Chancellor, I present to you 4 candidates who have successfully completed the requirements for the degree of Masters in Library and Information Science, to which degree I pray they may be admitted.
May I request the Honorable Vice Chancellor to admit the candidates? Name.
Debashish Jha, Abhilash KR, Azaz Hussain, Ritesh Kumar.
May I request the Honorable Vice Chancellor to admit the candidate to the degree.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as the Vice Chancellor of this university, I admit you to the degree of Master of Library and Information Sciences, and authorize you to wear the robes ordained as the insignia of this degree, and charge you to prove worthy of the same.
Now I request Dr. Shankar Lal Bika, Dean, School of Education, to present the candidates for the award of Master of Education degrees.
Honorable Vice Chancellor, I present to you 11 candidates who have successfully completed the requirement for the degree of M.Ed, to which degree I pray they may be admitted. Muhammad Moeed Rashid, Shilakha Jasrotia, Amia Ranjan Panigrahi, K.M. Rekha Ojha, Hafiz ur Rahman, Avinash Gupta, Surjit Kumar Lalotra, Paramjeet Parmar, Sanjeet Kumar, Manpreet Kaur, Gurpreet Singh.
May I request the Honorable Vice Chancellor to admit the candidates to the degrees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as the Vice Chancellor of this university, I admit you to the degree of Master of Education and authorize you to wear the robes ordained as the insignia of this degree and charge you to prove worthy of the same.
I request Dr. Shankar Lal Bika, Dean, School of Education, to present the candidates for the award of Master of Physical Education degrees.
Honorable Vice Chancellor, I present to you 11 candidates who have successfully completed the requirement of the degree of MPed, to which degree I pray they may be admitted. Gurpreet Singh, Ram Vishisht, Pankaj Kumar, Amar Shakti Kumar, Deepti Singh, Mayank Sharma, Vaishali Khatri, Manpreet Kaur, Shinam Rani, Meenu, Ankita Prakash.
May I request Honorable Vice Chancellor to admit the candidates to the degrees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as the Vice Chancellor of this university, I admit you to the degree of Master of Physical Education and authorize you to wear the robes ordained as the insignia of this degree and charge you to prove worthy of the same.
Now I request Dr. Anant Thakur, Dean, School of Management, to present the candidates for the award of Master of Commerce degrees.
Honorable Vice Chancellor, I present to you 26 candidates who have successfully completed the requirements for the degree of MCom, to which degree I pray they may be admitted. Trisha Havaldar, Devashish Joshi, Jaskirat Singh Batra, Vineet Singh, Sandeep Kaur, Nivin Chandran KV, Augustine Joshi, Mohammad Muhis TN, Mohammad Murshid P, Beyant Kaur, Parvinder Singh, Mohammad Farhan P, Shahil T, Rinshad CR, Arshad C, Ankita, Jaspreet Kaur, Sandeep, Shabin Ashraf, Anshif CP, Ellen Babu, Rajesh Sahu, Nirakar Swain, Chinmaya Kumar Jena, Anjali and Hayatullah.
May I request Honorable Vice Chancellor to admit the candidates to the degrees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as the Vice Chancellor of this university, I admit you to the degree of Master of Commerce and authorize you to wear the robes ordained as the insignia of this degree and charge you to prove worthy of the same.
Now I request Professor Tarun Arora, Dean, School of Legal Studies, to present the candidates for the award of Master of Laws degree.
Honorable Vice Chancellor, I present to you 20 candidates who have successfully completed the requirements for the degree of Master of Laws, to which degree I pray they may be admitted. Bablu Kumar Sharma, Vaishali, Shahjila Shahjahan, Rachna Dogra, Rabia Javed, Sarmati, Irfan Ahmed Bhatt, Deepak Pathak, Kirandeep Kaur, Muhammad Ziauddin, Abbas Hamza, Shaishta Farooq, Tahmina Farooq, Basit Zubair, Nusrat Hassan, Israel Sheikh, Muhammad Ashraf Parvez, Bishma Afzal Hazi, Hafza Khurshid, Khalida Ashraf.
May I request Honorable Vice Chancellor to admit the candidates to the degrees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as the Vice Chancellor of this university, I admit you to the degree of Master of Laws and authorize you to wear the robes ordained as the insignia of this degree and charge you to prove worthy of the same.
Now I request Professor Ramakrishna Vasruka, Dean of School of Basic Sciences, to present the candidates for the award of Master of Business Administration degrees.
Honorable Vice Chancellor, I present to you 24 candidates who have successfully completed the requirements for the degree of Master of Business Administration in Agribusiness, to which degree I pray they may be admitted. Shir Muhammad Samadi, Muhammad Yaqub, Sophia Hakimi, the next one is Rokhavi Mohammadi, Uttam Kumar Singh, Ullas Kumar, Sumit Kumar, Subrat Sethi, Prinish K, Deep Aliva Dung, Simran Arora, Monica Agrawal, Sarbajit Singh, Parveen Kumar, Muhlif Tangal, Pardeep Kaur Makkar, Lavesh Banyal, Himanshu Kapri, Abdul Wajid Kalathingal, Fasil, Mohammad Unes, Hamidullah Ahmadi, Ahmad Zahid and Anita Sultan.
May I request Honorable Vice Chancellor to admit the candidates to the degrees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as the Vice Chancellor of this university, I admit you to the degree of Master of Business Administration in Agribusiness and authorize you to wear the robes ordained as the insignia of this degree and charge you to prove worthy of the same.
I request Professor P.K. Mishra, Dean, School of Social Sciences, to present the candidates for the award of Master of Arts degrees.
Honorable Vice Chancellor, I present to you 50 candidates who have successfully completed the requirements for the degree of MA in various programs of social sciences, to which degree I pray they may be admitted. MA Economics, Ronak Maheshwari, Akhila An Roy, Adya Sukla, Anu Goel, Harpreet Singh, Deepak Kumar Sethi, Amir Sohel, Grita Eugen, Pooja Jain, Sanat P, Srijit P N, Gokul T, Anwesha Malik, Marjia Bano, Prabhas Kumar, MA History, Hasim Ismail, Rabindra Swami, Adarsh Jaipal, Prasanna Kumar, Sukhvir Singh, Deepak Nehra, Sabir Hussain, Sari R. Lesmi M.D., Priyansi Rajput, Kavita Tiwari, Shwatika Bor P, Rajveer Singh, Murtaza Yusuf, Gurpreet Singh, Thasni K P, Harikrishnan, MA Psychology, Harikrishnan K, Asmabi K K, Saujanya Barua, Madhusmita Niyog, Lovepreet Singh, Akanksha Barua, Jasprit Kaur, Manpreet Kaur, Afla Sivli T.A., Tosif Reza Rabani, Faizi P.V., Delna P.V., P.D., Swati Punia, Dimple Sharma, Sanju P.J., M.A. Sociology, Ruhi Jan, Sadiq Ali A.K., Muhammad Marzuk Ali P.K., Tarakan Srinath Chandramohan, Najma Rafiq Loan, Abbas Ahmad, Sunita Jhandu, Sanuraman M.B., Febin Fawaz K.T., Azaz Ahmad Faruqi, Vijay Singh, Jagjivan Singh.
May I request Honorable Vice Chancellor to admit the candidates to the degrees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as the Vice Chancellor of this university, I admit you to the degree of Master of Arts in Economics, History, Psychology, Sociology, and authorize you to wear the robes ordained as the insignia of this degree and charge you to prove worthy of the same.
I request Professor Zamir Pal Kaur Dean, School of Languages, Literature and Culture, to present the candidates for the award of Master of Arts degrees.
Honorable Vice Chancellor, I present to you 42 candidates who have successfully completed the requirements for the degree of MA in various programs of languages, literature and culture, to which degree I pray they may be admitted. MA English, Sarath MN, Jaideep Singh, S. Shilpa, Raghav Baraili, Pratiksha K, Aishwarya Suresh Kumar, George Cyril, Beauty, Amu Unikrishnan, Shri Lakshmi N, Dosa Maheshwari, Gokul Biju, Subham Boru, Siddhu TV, Prab Japan Kaur, Jahanu Diori, Arlin Sibilina, Baldeep Singh, Mubasir K, Sonalin Swine, Alisha Sarangi, Poonam Kanwar, now MA Hindi, Abhishek Kumar Jha, Gurpreet Kaur, Subhashri Pandey, Simranjit Kaur, KM Shalini Kushwaha, Mukesh Kumar, Nitin, Seema, Subhash Kumar, Sunaina, now MA Punjabi, Parminder Kaur, Kawaljit Kaur, Sukhveer Kaur, Hardeep Singh, Jaspreet Kaur, Ramandeep Kaur, Jagdeep Singh, Manpreet Kaur, Parvinder Kaur, Ravinder Pal Kaur.
May I request Honorable Vice Chancellor to admit the candidates to the degrees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as the Vice Chancellor of this university, I admit you to the degree of Master of Arts in English, Hindi, Punjabi, and authorize you to wear the robes ordained as the insignia of this degree and charge you to prove worthy of the same.
I request Professor Amandeep Kaur, Dean, School of Information and Communication Studies, to present the candidates for the award of Master of Arts degrees.
Honorable Vice Chancellor, I present to you 26 candidates who have successfully completed the requirements for the degree of MA Journalism and Mass Communication, to which degree I pray they may be admitted. Ratan Kumar, Syumin Gio Alex, Albin Matthew, Habiba K, Swati S, Muhammad Ansari, Nikita Bhatti, Nishad VP, Astha Kaushik, Archana Santosh, Bendlam Vamsi, Ashik T, Muhammad Famesh PK, Dhira CS, Subin S, James Thomas, Ahad AN, Anu D, Abu Dev, Ralph Tom Joseph, Aarti Chaudhary, Gugluthu Vim Khanna, Kirthana VP, Basit Munir PP, Muhaffaz PM, Bushera B. BK.
May I request Honorable Vice Chancellor to admit the candidates to the degrees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as the Vice Chancellor of this university, I admit you to the degree of Master of Arts in Journalism and Mass Communication and authorize you to wear the robes ordained as the insignia of this degree and charge you to prove worthy of the same.
I request Dr. Sunil Mittal, Dean, School of Environmental and Earth Sciences, to present the candidates for the award of Master of Arts degrees.
Honorable Vice Chancellor, I present to you 14 candidates who have successfully completed the requirements for the degree of MA Geography, to which degree I pray they may be admitted. Yagnvalika Masoom, प्राची सिंह, मुकंद कुमार सिंह, अश्मिता मुखर्जी, सुनीति, सौरव राज, अभिनव कुमार राजा, रवि देव मीना, हिमांशु, सुखबीर सिंह, चकदोला सुनैनी, यशमीत कौर, खंगम गीतचंद्रा सिंह, सचिन शर्मा.
May I request Honorable Vice Chancellor to admit the candidates to the degrees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as the Vice Chancellor of this university, I admit you to the degree of Master of Arts in Geography and authorize you to wear the robes ordained as the insignia of this degree and charge you to prove worthy of the same.
I request Dr. Baba Singh, Dean, School of International Studies, to present the candidates for the award of Master of Arts degrees.
Honorable Vice Chancellor, I present to you 17 candidates who have successfully completed the requirements for the degree of MA Political Science, to which degree I pray they may be admitted. Abdul Wasi, Mohammad Wafa K, Yogesh Mishra, Edwin Joy, Kaushal Narankari, Shrish Koshar, Sukanya Das, Kadam Kiran Punjab Rao, B. Bala Raju, M. Prithviraj, Nyas T.M., Sudha C., Kutubdeen Ahmed, Sukhvinder Singh, Vignesh K., Hari Krishna M.S., Adarsh R. Krishnan.
May I request Honorable Vice Chancellor to admit the candidates to the degrees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as the Vice Chancellor of this university, I admit you to the degree of Master of Arts in Political Science and authorize you to wear the robes ordained as the insignia of this degree and charge you to prove worthy of the same.
I request Dr. Shankarlal Bika, Dean, School of Education, to present the candidates for the award of Master of Arts degrees.
Honorable Vice Chancellor, I present to you 5 candidates who have successfully completed the requirement for the degree of MA Education, to which degree I pray they may be admitted. Harihara Basera, Guljar Hussain, Ratnabati Singh, Manisha Kumari, Simran Rana.
May I request Honorable Vice Chancellor to admit the candidates to the degrees.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as the Vice Chancellor of this university, I admit you to the degree of Master of Arts in Education and authorize you to wear the robes ordained as the insignia of this degree and charge you to prove worthy of the same.
I request Professor B.P. Garg, Controller of Examination, to submit the records of degrees conferred before the Honorable Vice Chancellor for signatures. Honorable Chancellor, I seek permission to present the 35 medalists to receive the gold medal on being the topper of their respective academic programs and 2 medalists to receive Sitaram Jindal Foundation sponsored gold medal.
Let candidates be presented.
I request Professor B.P. Garg, Controller of Examination, to present the gold medalist recipients.
Honorable Chancellor, I present to you 35 candidates to receive the gold medals on being the toppers of their respective academic programs. Rishika Dapola, M. Pharma Pharmacology. Kulkarni Savanand Sanjay, M. Pharma Pharmaceutical Sciences, Medicinal Chemistry. Harihara Basera, MA Education. Jishnu Shankar, Nilanjan Mitra, Akanksha Sharma, Nitika Verma, Anshul, Neha Chaudhary, Chaitya Swal, Nidhi Dubey, Parul Midda, Tanya Bansal, Arushi Jain, Suruchi Rani Mandal, Shagun, Rashmita Luha, Aditya Sangrana, Priyanka Rajwani, Samriti Saklani, Himanshu Beniwal, V. Venkateshwaran, Ritesh Kumar, Sujit Kumar Ladhotra, Amar Shakti Kumar, Devashish Joshi, Simran Arora, Akhila Ann Roy, Aishwarya Suresh Kumar, Ashmita Mukherjee, Gurpreet Kaur, Dhira CS, Yogesh Mishra, Asmabi KK, Sunita Jand.
Now I request Professor V.K. Garg, Dean, Students' Welfare, to present the Sita Ram Jindal Foundation sponsored gold medal recipients.
Honorable Chancellor, I present to you two candidates to receive the gold medals sponsored by Sita Ram Jindal Foundation on being the toppers of their respective academic programs. Kulkarni Savanand Sanjay, M. Pharm, Pharmaceutical Sciences, Medicinal Chemistry. V. Katheshwaran, M.Tech, Computer Science and Technology, Cyber Security.
Now I request Professor B.P. Garg, Controller of Examination, to submit the records of gold medals before the Honorable Chancellor for signatures. I request the Honorable Vice Chancellor to introduce the Chief Guest and request him to deliver the convocation address.
Our chief guest for this auspicious occasion is Padma Vibhushan Dr. Anil Kakodkar, a renowned scientist, innovator, and administrator. Born into a family of freedom fighters, Dr. Kakodkar received a degree in mechanical engineering from Mumbai University and a master's degree in experimental stress analysis from University of Nottingham. He has been chairman of the Atomic Energy Commission of India, the secretary to the Government of India in the Department of Atomic Energy, and one of the youngest directors of Bhabha Atomic Research Center. Dr. Anil Kakodkar was chairman, Solar Energy Corporation in its formative stage. He was also chairman of the Inter-University Center for Astronomy and Astrophysics during 2006 to 2012, chairman Governing Board, Inter-University Accelerator Center, New Delhi, and Chairman, Board of Governors of the Indian Institute of Technology, Bombay during 2006 to 2015. Dr. Kakodkar was DAE Homi Bhabha Chair Professor between January 2010 and January 2015, and INAE Satish Javan Chair of Engineering Eminence from January 2015 to January 2017. As a key contributor to India's nuclear strategic program, he was involved in India's first successful and peaceful nuclear explosion experiment in May 1974 at Pokhran, and played a crucial role in 1998 nuclear tests again at Pokhran. He championed several international cooperation agreements in nuclear power, acquisition of uranium, and nuclear research. He defended observer status for India at European Centre for Nuclear Research, partnership in the International Thermonuclear Experimental Reactor Project, and exemption for nuclear trade from the Nuclear Suppliers Group. With his vision, professional expertise, and organizational skills, he became the main force behind India's self-reliant energy program by developing nuclear reactor system to address the nation's power requirements. Dr. Kakodkar has over the years built competent teams of highly specialized scientists and engineers in the reactor engineering program. He has brought out more than 250 scientific papers and reports on various aspects. For putting India in the top league of nuclear capable nations, Dr. Kakodkar was awarded the Padma Shri in 1998, the Padma Vibhushan in 1999, and Padma Vibhushan, India's second highest civilian honor, in 2009. Among many others, he was awarded the FICCI Award for outstanding contributions to nuclear engineering and technology, INS Homi Bhabha Lifetime Achievement Award, and Eminent Engineer Award 2015 by the Engineering Council of India. Besides energy, his contributions also cover radiation processing of food and agro products, agriculture with emphasis on oil seeds and pulses, healthcare, particularly related to cancer, urban and rural waste management, and desalination of water. The deployment of technologies for the better quality of life for citizens has received a considerable boost under Dr. Kakodkar's leadership. Notable also are his innovative contributions to human resource development activities. Dr. Kakodkar also chaired the committee appointed by the Government of India to recommend autonomy measures to facilitate the IITs in scaling greater heights. Technology Information Forecasting and Assessment Cell, that is TIFAC, Apex Group led by him, has brought out a Technology Vision 2035. The document was released by the then Honorable Prime Minister of India during the Science Congress on January 3rd, 2016. Dr. Kakodkar presently devotes his time primarily to energy, education, and social development issues. He has been propagating the concept of SILAGE, a knowledge-based ecosystem for bridging city and village gaps for technology-enabled sustainable development in rural areas. Sir, we are really privileged to have you as the chief guest today. Now, with all humility at my command, I invite you to deliver the convocation address and bless our faculty, research scholars, and graduates.
Thank you. Professor Dr. Jagmeet Singh, Honorable Chancellor, Central University of Punjab, India, Professor Arvind Tiwari, Honorable Vice Chancellor, members of various statutory bodies of the university, distinguished invitees, all members of faculty and staff of the university, dear students, especially those graduating today, their proud parents present there, ladies and gentlemen. Let me at the outset express my gratitude to Professor Tiwari for the invitation to today's convocation. I am indeed very happy to be with you, though virtually. My congratulations to all those graduating today. A special word of appreciation for the top rankers and winners of various medals. The competitive world of today presents unprecedented challenges as well as opportunities for all those who wish to take them. I expect that on the basis of capability that you have acquired here at this university, you would be able to realize maximum success for yourself as well as for the country. May all your dreams be fully realized. Education in a country like ours has many crucially important dimensions. There is a major challenge of access to education that should help empowerment of people at the grassroots and, more importantly, bridge several kinds of disparities such as the urban-rural divide, digital divide, etc. Then there is this question of withstanding and remaining in the forefront of the highly interdependent but at the same time very competitive world that we live in. Luckily, we enjoy at present about the best demographic dividend. In many ways, that has been the driver of our economic growth as well as the global impact. Fine-tuning our education framework to cover all relevant dimensions of our demographic dividend is really the need of the hour. Setting up and running central universities in different parts of the country is an important part of this process. The Central University of Punjab, Bathinda, which was established in the year 2009, is clearly an important element in this context. I wish to congratulate everyone associated with this effort for the success achieved so far and offer my best wishes for the further journey ahead. In this context, I would like to make use of this occasion in discussing some of the crucial and critical aspects relevant to a large multidisciplinary research university like the Central University of Punjab, Bathinda. Basically, the higher education should aim at human capacity building at the following three levels. First, take learners all the way up to the current frontiers of knowledge, engage in research to push these frontiers forward, and be in the forefront in delivering cutting-edge technologies. 2. Build world-class professionals in practice of state-of-art technologies and contribute to national progress and development. 3. While the above two are a must, the higher-end education institutions should also have academic and research engagement with education institutions in rural areas and their neighborhood to address local technological empowerment, to leverage local resources, strengthen marketable value addition, and bridge the disparity gaps. While pursuing this path, we should also ensure inculcation of a deeper understanding of human values through association and practice, preferably on applications related to different specialized areas. Added technological capability has the potential to exploit the weak. Inculcation of values to leverage such a capability for overall human and nature's benefit without being exploitative is the key to sustainable progress and should be the key objective of a multidisciplinary research university. To be effective in this context, our knowledge institutions have to be both knowledge creators as well as value creators and inculcate such an aptitude and capability in our students. In terms of knowledge creation, we should note that today India is at the third position globally in terms of our scientific publications record, with perhaps the fastest growth rate. While there is scope to improve further, both in terms of quality as well as quantity, we have a lot of ground to cover in the context of value creation. As an extreme case for us to emulate, I would like to cite the example of Stanford University, whose alumni and faculty have created nearly 40,000 companies that generate around US dollar 2.7 trillions in annual revenues. Notice that this number related to a single university is around the size of Indian economy as a whole. We need to create the industry and research university ecosystem like Stanford University, Silicon Valley, in all our multidisciplinary research universities. Research Park at IIT Madras is a good beginning in India in this direction. More such examples are in the making, and we need many more such initiatives. We are now in an era dominated by high-end technologies like semiconductors, artificial intelligence, computing and telecom, clean energy, advanced aerospace, and pharmaceuticals. Soon, new knowledge frontiers exploiting genetics, quantum physics, cognitive and brain sciences, etc. would start dominating. We need to quickly close in the expanding gaps between us and the countries advancing rapidly in technologies emerging from these disciplines. Not being able to do so would not only put us at disadvantage, but could in fact make us vulnerable through emergence of a new technology denial regime system, even in the commercial sectors, holding hostage entire segments of our nation's economy. We thus must quickly become a massive producer of high-end frontier technologies. A well-knit research entrepreneurship ecosystem involving close partnership between academia, industry and government is a critical necessity for this purpose. This is necessary for our national security, our economic prosperity and our societal well-being. As we prepare ourselves to be in the forefront of emerging high technology and be a front-runner in the global competition, we need to be also aware of the need to quickly bridge growing disparity gaps between the country that are becoming a matter of concern. The growing gaps, disparity gaps are becoming a matter of concern. A key aspect is the urban-rural gap. Nearly 2/3 of India lives in villages with less than half average per capita income as compared to their counterparts in urban areas. Bridging the urban-rural divide is thus a matter of urgent necessity in our country. The emerging era of knowledge-driven economy that facilitates this democratization and decentralization of technology-led economic activities is thus a great opportunity for transformation of rural horizon that could bridge the urban-rural divide and contribute to a major boost to Indian economy. This, however, would involve capacity building of local people through education and training in dealing with emerging technologies and also ability to internalize them, including solving of problems as they arise. Eventually, we should create a self-empowered and locally relevant innovation ecosystem that can leverage the opportunities of knowledge era. In principle, I believe that in the contemporary knowledge era, one could have greater opportunities in villages than in cities, reversing the industrial era paradigms. In this context, the frontline research universities or institutions can be instrumental in setting up what I call a SILAGE, a knowledge integrated sustainable village development model that aims to leverage new and appropriate knowledge-based technologies, including some created locally, to create additional and higher level livelihood opportunities in villages that also include manufacturing and service sector activities in addition to the traditional agriculture and allied activities. In the SILAGE concept, a local higher education institution serving as a knowledge partner should be identified, and that institution should host a rural human and resource development facility, RHRDF for short, and linked with a local community institutions and NGOs, and that institution, RHRDF, works for deployment of appropriate technologies for enhanced livelihood as well as related educational and knowledge support in the neighborhood. To facilitate sustained and comprehensive engagement between RHRDF and the neighborhood, a number of advanced knowledge-based rural technology sub-centers, Akruti for short, need to be established in proximity with existing schools. RHRDF and Akrutis would be the bridge between local higher education institution and the neighborhood to spread technology-enabled livelihood on one side and ICT-enabled school education on the other. Exposure of school children to real-life livelihood activities based on contemporary technologies could be a significant value addition from educational perspective as well. The knowledge institution could also engage itself in solving problems that could arise during implementation of new technologies and search for new research and development problems to sustain a transformative knowledge-based ecosystem. The ecosystem so created could also participate in deployment of other government schemes as well as corporate initiatives. Spread of technology adaptation and continuous access to new technologies could create better livelihood opportunities in the rural domain that eventually compare well with the opportunities in the urban domain, thus leading to convergence of best of city, which actually signify opportunities for self-progress, modern infrastructure for education and so on, and in sort of convergence of best of city with best of a village, and village signifies to me clean and calm and eco or human friendly environment. Thus the selected cluster of villages we now want to transform it to SILAGE around a vibrant knowledge institution can be expected to become preferred working destination for young, innovative and creative generation for leveraging local human and raw material resources on one side and new knowledge technologies on the other. Villages could thus become places better than both cities as well as villages and may become the preferred habitat for the new age society in most of the emerging India. This approach is being tried out on an experimental basis at a few places in Maharashtra. I must also mention that a number of very challenging deep research problems can be identified through such an engagement. Our education, rather higher education and research institutions and their graduates have a special role in this context. The technology and technology products that offer differentiating capabilities to their users significantly add to their competitiveness and hence to their power both in the marketplace as well as strategically. This has several ramifications for our national progress as well as for our relative position in the competitive world that exists around us. Both these dimensions are of immense importance. While the technology empowers humans, the education that we provide to our young people should also make them responsible so as to ensure that use of technology remains non-exploitative and technology is used to empower everyone around through knowledge and thus minimize the disparity gaps that are becoming alarming by the day. This also requires bridging the gaps in the key human needs, that is, identity, prosperity, and security, which we commonly talk, and usher in peace and harmony. This should be both a global as well as a local effort. Bridging the disparity gaps globally as well as within the country to eliminate rich-poor, urban-rural, and such other divides, even as technology uplifts the society as a whole, is the key to peaceful and harmonious world in my view. While this is a complex matter having multiple dimensions, I do believe that knowledge and more particularly knowledge technologies can be most effective in addressing this challenge. This is where young graduates from higher technical education and research institutions come in. I do wish all of you to be successful in your professional career and make an important difference to our country in the above context. I wish that all of you would give some serious thought to what I have said above and decide your respective course of action. It should be our collective endeavor to progressively move towards making the world a better place. Through a lifelong learning process and maintaining knowledge institutions, industry, and society interconnected with each other, each one of us, regardless of the career we decide to pursue, can meaningfully contribute to this objective. After all, we are all here in this world to play our respective roles. Our happiness and joy of life depends on how well we play our roles. We must also remember that our happiness depends on happiness all around us. Dear students, I once again wish all of you well in your respective further pursuits. I am certain you would rise progressively in your respective careers. I do hope that as you rise, you will retain in you a spirit of trusteeship and contribute substantially to your roots, the society around, the institution that brought you up, and the nation at large. It is this spirit of trusteeship and the desire to support others who were not as fortunate or as successful as us that makes this world a better place. Once again, my best wishes to you all. Thank you very much.
Now I request Professor Anjana Munshi, Dean Research, to introduce the Honorable Chancellor and request him to give his blessings to the graduates.
It's a great honor for me to introduce our Honorable Chancellor, Professor Dr. Jagbir Singh Ji, former Head Department of Punjabi University of Delhi, visiting Professor Center on Studies in Guru Granth Sahib, Amritsar, former Adjunct Professor Department of Religious and Civilization Studies, SGGS World University, Fatehgarh Sahib, Punjab. He is a Life Fellow, Punjabi University, Patiala. Professor Singh has more than 50 years of research and teaching experiences, and he has, as far as awards and prizes, some of the prominent ones are Shiromani Punjabi Sahitkar Award, Guru Nanak Dev Achievers Award, Punjabi Translation Prize. He has been associated with various institutions and projects, and he has published 20 books, some of them to name Guru Nanak Bani, which Naitikalada Sankalp, Bani Sansar, Shabd Te Samvad, and so many others. As far as the translations are concerned, he has carried out various translations, some of them to name Khalsa Ithas De Vichardhara, Seva Sadan, Mere Pindi Rasi. So I request our Honorable Chancellor to kindly bless our graduates by his speech.
Thank you very much, Anjana ji, Honorable Vice Chancellor of the University, Professor Raghvendra Prasad Tiwari ji, पद्म विभूषण डॉक्टर अनिल कोतकर जी, जिन्होंने आज कॉन्वोकेशन का एड्रेस हमें दिया, बहुत ही अच्छी बातें हमें बताई हैं उन्होंने, उनका मैं विशेष तौर से शुक्रिया अदा करता हूं, धन्यवाद करता हूं। और डाइस पे बैठे हुए डिग्निटरीज और मेरी यूनिवर्सिटी के परिवार के आप सभी लोग, सभी को नमस्कार, सत श्री अकाल, ग्रीटिंग्स टू ऑल। मुझे कहा गया कि जो ग्रेजुएट्स हैं उनको कुछ बातें कहूँ, आशीर्वाद कहा है उन्होंने। मैं तो विद्यार्थी बन गया हूँ, मैं आशीर्वाद नहीं देना चाहता, क्योंकि मैं 58 में स्कूल टीचर के तौर पे अपना कैरियर शुरू किया था। इन 1958 2002 में मैं दिल्ली यूनिवर्सिटी से एज प्रोफेसर रिटायर हो गया। उसके बाद मैं फिर विद्यार्थी बन गया, आपकी तरह रिसर्च कर रहा हूँ। मैंने कभी यूजीसी का प्रोजेक्ट ले लिया, कभी एचआरडी का ले लिया, कभी पंजाबी यूनिवर्सिटी का। तो मैं इस रूप में आपसे कुछ बातें कहना चाहता हूँ कि मैं आपकी तरह एक विद्यार्थी हूँ। जो कुछ मैंने इस देश की जो परंपरा है, आजकल मैं काम कर रहा हूँ अपने तौर पर ही, रिसर्च प्रोजेक्ट मैंने सेल्फ मेड किया हुआ है, वो है इंडिक सिविलाइजेशन एंड इट्स धर्म ट्रेडिशंस, भारतीय सभ्यता। सभ्यता की बात आज मैं जब देख रहा था कि हमारी इस यूनिवर्सिटी में आज उसी तरह देश विदेश से पढ़ने के लिए आ जा रहे हैं, डिग्रीज हासिल कर रहे हैं। मुझे बेहद प्रसन्नता हो रही थी और याद आ रही थी कि प्राचीन काल में हमारा देश ज्ञान गुरु रहा है, वर्ल्ड टीचर रहा है। और तक्षशिला और दूसरी जो हमारी हमारे विश्वविद्यालय रहे हैं, यूनिवर्सिटीज़ रहे हैं, उन दिनों में जब दुनिया स्कूलों में भी पढ़ना नहीं जानती थी। हमारी बदकिस्मती ये है कि हम अपनी जड़ों से कटे हुए हैं। और इस आज मुझे लगा कि हमें अपने देश की उस ज्ञान परंपरा को विचारने की ज़रूरत है। जो मेरे साथी दूसरे देशों से आए हैं, उनको मेरा अनुरोध है कि वो इंडिक सिविलाइजेशन की जो बेसिक बात है उसको समझें और अपने देश के लोगों को कहना चाहता हूँ कि अपने देश की उस सभ्यता को जाने, पहचाने, क्योंकि हमारी सभ्यता में दो बातें हैं कि ये ज्ञान की सभ्यता है, इसे मतलब सिविलाइजेशन एंशिएंट एंड कंटिन्यूइंग सिविलाइजेशन है, और इसमें तो ज्ञान को ही केंद्र में रखा गया है। और भगवत गीता में जैसे आता है ना कि ज्ञानम सर्वम शब्देन भास्ति, सॉरी उसमें आता है कि मैं बीच में भूल जाता हूँ 85 साल की उम्र में, तो ज्ञान की बात को मैं उसमें अगर कहूँ तो उसमें गुरु नानक देव क्या कहते हैं कि ज्ञान अंजन गुरु दिया, अज्ञान अंधेर विनाश। तो ज्ञान तो एक ऐसा सुरमा है जो अज्ञान के अंधकार को दूर कर देता है। आज दो बातें मैं आपसे करना चाहता हूँ कि जो विद्या है, एजुकेशन को हम विद्या भी कहते हैं, एजुकेशन तो एक प्रक्रिया है जिसके द्वारा हम विद्या ग्रहण करते हैं। विद्या के बारे में दो सूत्र हैं विष्णु पुराण में, मैं उनकी बात करना चाहता हूँ। दो सूत्र ही आप समझ लें, पता चलेगा कि विद्या का हमारा जो भारतीय जो मकसद है वो क्या है। उसमें आता है कि सा विद्या या विमुक्त है, सा विद्या या विमुक्त है। विद्या वो है जो हमें लिबरेट करती है। और आप देखिए कि गुरबाणी में भी यही बात है, विद्या विचारी तब परोपकारी। तो हमारा एजुकेशन ग्रहण करने का सिर्फ प्रोफिशिएंसी ग्रहण करना नहीं है, ज्ञान के जो अलग अलग अनुशासन हैं, डिसिप्लिन्स हैं, उनमें हम डिग्री ग्रहण करते हैं। लेकिन हमारे सामने जो हमारी परंपरा ने जो हमें दुनिया को जीने का रास्ता दिखाया है, उसमें तो दूसरी बात भी है। वो विष्णु पुराण में दूसरा, उस सूत्र का दूसरा हिस्सा है, तत्कर्म यत न बंधाए, कि कर्म वो है जो बंधन में नहीं डालता। गुरबाणी में तो देखिए 50 साल से जब गुरबाणी पढ़ता हूँ मुझे शास्त्रों की बातें याद आती हैं, और शास्त्र पढ़ता हूँ गुरबाणी याद आती है। और हमारे गुरुजी भी कहते हैं कि कर्म करत होवत न कर्म, कर्म करो लेकिन उसके बंधन में मत पड़ो। तो मैं ये समझता हूँ कि आज हमें एजुकेशन का जो असली मकसद है वो अपनी ज़िंदगी को एक डायरेक्शन देने का है, वो एक ऐसी जीवन शैली ग्रहण करने का है जिसे गुरु गोविंद सिंह जी ने एक छोटे से शब्द में परिभाषित कर दिया है। इसी बात को वो कैसे कहते हैं कि हमारा जो वे ऑफ लाइफ है वो कैसा होना चाहिए। वो कहते हैं रे मन ऐसो कर सन्यासा। आप कहोगे ये तो सन्यास की बात है, लेकिन गुरु जी ने सन्यास की परिभाषा जो दी है वो बहुत समझदार एक बात है। रे मन ऐसो कर सन्यासा सदन सबे, बन से सदन सबे कर समझो, कि ऐसा सन्यास कर, अपने मन को कह रहे हैं, किसी को और को उपदेश नहीं दे रहे। रे मन ऐसो कर सन्यासा, बन से सदन सभय कर समझो, मन ही माहे उदासा। कि जितने तुम्हारे महल बंगले हैं उनको जंगल की तरह समझो और अपने मन में उदासीनता की भाव पैदा करो। ये एक वे ऑफ लाइफ है कि हम इस संसार में रहते हुए उससे मुक्त होकर रहते हैं। और उसमें एक खूबसूरत बात आती है कि ज्ञान गुरु आत्म उपदेश। गुरु ज्ञान है, व्यक्ति नहीं। ज्ञान गुरु आत्म उपदेशो। और उसके बाद नाम विभूत लगाओ, कि मतलब है कि अगर आपने जीवन जीने का एक रास्ता अपनाना है तो वो है कि हम इस संसार में रहते हुए उससे निर्लिप्त भावना से जिए। तो ये दो बातें, ज़्यादा लंबी बातों में अगर मेरे अंदर टीचर जाग पड़ा तो फिर 45 मिनट आपको इंतज़ार करना पड़ेगा। तो मैं अपनी भूमिका, अब मैं चांसलर की भूमिका के रूप में उसको संक्षेप करते हुए यही कहूँगा कि प्यारे दोस्तों, जो बाहर से जो लोग आए हैं वो हमारी सभ्यता को देखें, क्योंकि हमारी सभ्यता प्लूरलिस्टिक है, ये बहुलतावादी है। हम दूसरों को कहते हैं कि आप अपनी जीवन शैली में जियो, हमें भी जीने दो। कि जैसे गुरु नानक देव जी कहते हैं कि एक का सुरती जेते हैं जी, सूरत भी होना कोई न की, कि सभी जीवों की सुरती एक है और जैसी सुरत तेहा तेन राह, ये सूत्र है आज हमें समझने की। जितनी सिविलाइजेशनल क्लैशेस होती हैं, कल्चरल कॉन्फ्लिक्ट होते हैं, उसका आधार लैक ऑफ डायलॉग है। हमारी सभ्यता ने डायलॉग के ऊपर जोर दिया है कि दूसरे को देखो समझो, जब लग दुनिया रही है नानक, किछ सुनिए किछ कहिए। कुछ सुनना और कुछ कहना, ये डायलॉग है। और आप ग्रेजुएट्स बने हैं, आप अपनी जो शिक्षा से आपने डिग्रियां ग्रहण की हैं, लेकिन ये विद्या का जो असली मनोरथ है वो लिबरेट करना है, एक ऐसे मानव की रचना करना है जो लिबरेटेड बीइंग एंड इंटेग्रेटेड बीइंग। इतनी बात मैं समझता हूँ कि आशीर्वाद समझ लो या मेरी कोई राय समझ लो। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
Now I invite Honorable Vice Chancellor to request worthy Chancellor to declare the convocation closed.
Honorable Chancellor, sir, please declare the convocation closed.
I declare the convocation closed.
Honorable Vice Chancellor, please felicitate the Chief Guest. Honorable Vice Chancellor, please felicitate the Chancellor. Now I call upon Professor B.P. Garg, Controller of Examination, to propose vote of thanks on behalf of the University.
Good afternoon and congratulations on the successful completion of the 7th convocation of the University. I, on the behalf of the Central University of Punjab, would like to express my heartiest gratitude to esteemed Chief Guest Padam Vibhushan Dr. Anil Kakotkar ji, former Chairman, Atomic Energy Commission, for taking out time from his busy schedule to join us on this day. Sir, your learned views expressed through convocation address are invaluable for all of us. I hope the young faculty and the students will work on the concept of silas and akruti introduced by you to achieve your dream. We are thankful to our worthy Chancellor, Professor Jagbir Singh Ji, for presiding over this event. Your presence to bless the fresh graduates of the university is a moment they will cherish throughout their lives. Your words of wisdom and your astute guidance is the cornerstone of the progress and growth of our university. We are grateful to Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Raghavindra P. Tiwari Ji, for leading us from the front. The university report presented by you, sir, clearly depicts the growth and development we have achieved under your guidance. You have always encouraged the university fraternity to move forward and rise higher under your able leadership and with your continuous and constant support. Thanks to the dignitaries on the dais, members of the statutory bodies, and deans of the schools. Thanks to Shri KPS Mundra, Registrar, for his constant support throughout planning and successful execution of the 7th Convocation. Your administrative support is the backbone of your academic success. I am grateful to my colleagues, the faculty members of the university. You together have successfully made this day possible. Your supervision and support, both through the offline and online education in the difficult times of the pandemic, brought out these beaming graduates whose success we are celebrating today. You are an integral part of their success. Congratulations from all of us to our fresh degree holders, both doctoral and masters, who with their hard work and dedication reached this beautiful culmination of their education in this university. I wish them success for their future endeavors. Thanks and congratulations also to their proud parents and family members who supported the students during online education in the pandemic. The function would not have been successful without the hard work of our various committees that planned and executed this event from scratch. Your planning and untired efforts culminated in today's successful execution of 7th Convocation. Thanks to the support staff who worked in tandem with these committees to make everything a piece of cake, right from the decor, cleanliness, hospitality, transport, and stay. Very special thanks to the representatives of the media, both print and electronic, who spared valuable time in their busy schedule and became a part of the event for its wide media coverage. A special thanks also goes to the staff of the examination branch who worked in unison for all the groundwork required for reaching this day. Thanks to each and everyone who directly or indirectly contributed to maintaining the dignity of this sacred event. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
As this auspicious and solemn ceremony comes to an end, the academic procession will leave the Convocation Hall in reverse order after the national anthem. During all this, you are requested to rise and wait for the procession to leave. Afterwards, all present are invited for high tea in the atrium. Now all rise for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे शुभ आशीष